Hello and welcome to Market House, the podcast where we talk all things Disney. My name's Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this week we talk about Disneyland's 70th birthday.
Disney Starlight debut.
And we share a list of Disneyland rides that are better at night. Let's dive in. All right, and this is episode number 185.
Welcome back, as always, everybody.
Welcome back. We are back with some Disney magic, Disney treasures, and some Disney love.
Wow.
There's always some Disney love coming from this corner of the room, baby. I don't know what that means, but we're back. Hopefully you all had a great week. We were very busy. It's going to be a very busy summer, which I'm number one, happy for. Number two, a little like, oh God, because I just don't do well when we're very busy. I get overwhelmed and scared of life, but that's okay because it's making the summer go by super fast. And you may say, that's a bad thing. We love the summer. I'm not a huge fan. It's really hot and I get grumpy and I get like reverse, what's it called? The seasonal depression. That's what it is. Okay, so here, it's never very cold. So I understand like people that live in, the Pacific Northwest and stuff, it can get to some folks, not all, but some people feel that like, oh my gosh, it's been cloudy for, 4 months straight or something, and it gets to you. It starts to kind of affect the old mental health. Here, by September, I'm nuts. We haven't seen a single cloud for 4 months. It's 108 degrees, and I just get to a point, so I know I'm going to get there. But I know if I'm busy, it makes it go by fast. Does any of that make sense?
Yes.
I feel like I just went down a whole deal.
No, that makes sense.
Okay.
We do love the summer activities, but yes, I'm kind of done with the heat and
it's been mild though too. Like the fact that we're done with it and it's been knock on wood, it's been way more mild than we're used to.
Yeah.
For this time of year. So,
And this week that you're hearing this episode, it's actually going to be Caleb's birthday this upcoming weekend. And this is going to be the first time in I don't know how many years that it's not going to be like triple digits. It's only going to be 80 something degrees, which is amazing.
Wild?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So we'll be celebrating with, okay,
Yeah.
Ready for this? Drum roll, please. We were originally going to go out of town. And I said, I'm not feeling it right now. I would rather, this is going to sound like a 12-year-old's birthday party. We're going to go to K1 Speed, which is an indoor go-kart track thing. They're all electric and they go super fast. It's not like your go-karts you experience at home at, like we have a place called Sunsplash in the area that is
like
a
water
park, and they also have go-karts. Those are really slow. These are super fast. You need to do like a whole course and get your like driver's license in quotation marks.
Yeah.
But anywho, we're going to do that because that sounds fun. And maybe we can get pizza there and go to an arcade and play. I'm really doubling down on the 12-year-old thing. And then we can go get Kool-Aid and eat, I don't know. What would we eat at as 12-year-olds?
I mean, I love all the gummy candies. I don't know what you would eat.
Cosmic brownies.
You know what you're like, I had some ice.
Shut up.
With a side of who knows what.
Whatever. So anyways, hopefully you're doing well. Hey, before we dive into today's episode, I do have a note from last week's. We had a couple of good friends on, Jordan and Daniel from the Disneyland Forever podcast. They came on and shared their personal experience with DVC and the amazing things about it. Maybe the not so amazing. Most of it was positive. So that was fun to hear. And I learned a ton. We did have someone write in, Greg, thank you for writing in, with a slight correction, I think, or a clarification from maybe the points that we were making last week. So we were talking about how you can borrow points and maybe go all out one year and blow all of your DVC points for like once in a lifetime trip. Apparently, there's a little more strategy that has to go into it before you just go borrow a ton of points. So apparently, DVC allows you to bank last year's points. You can bank 1 year's worth of points, or multiple, I guess. Then you can use the current year points you have. And then you can also borrow from 1 year in advance. So you can only borrow 1 year in advance. And then technically, you're using 3 years worth of points in 1 year. Apparently, that's how you do it. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to borrow like 10 years worth of points and use it in 1 year. So hopefully that's clear. Wanted to clarify that. Thank you, Greg, for writing in and making that point. Wanted to share it so we were as accurate as possible in our portrayal of DVC. Again, it got our gears going. We're thinking about it. We're looking at, straight from Disney, resale. There's a lot of factors to consider. So let us know if you have any questions. Okay, let's get into it. We have a Patreon. MarketHousePodcast.com/support is where you can find out more information about that. It is a fantastic, wonderful group of people that choose to support the show every single month and it means the world to us. And as a way of saying thank you, we've got some exclusive content over there, bonus episodes. We just did one about if we were the president of Disneyland for a day.
So it was a fun one. I loved it.
What changes we would make in the park and why, and we got into it. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of I didn't mean to be as argumentative as I was. I listened back to it and edited. I was like, dang, I was kind of being kind of not mean, but I was devil's advocate the entire time.
Yeah, it's okay.
I love you.
Well, I love you.
I love
Thank
you. And I think your points were amazing.
Yeah, I don't think you meant anything.
Maybe I was hungry. I think I might have been a little hungry. It was dinner time. So go check it out over there if you want to listen more of us talk. If not, then don't do it. More of us. If that sounds terrible, don't do it. Consider leaving a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. Both are a huge help to the show. Also, please share this episode with a friend. That would be awesome. If you have a friend that you would like them to like Disney, or you're maybe planning a trip, you want them to plan a trip, send them our way. And I think they'd like it.
We'd love that.
Hopefully they would. All right, let's get into today's show.
All right, for our first news story, we are going to head over to Disneyland for the biggest celebration in the last week at Disney. We're going to be talking about Disneyland's 70th anniversary. And for those who aren't aware, that just started. So the celebration officially began. Again, they've been slowly rolling things out for the past few months, but Disneyland just celebrated its
70th birthday.
On July 17th. So it's finally here.
It's finally here. So the official kickoff has started, like Caitlin mentioned. We've been getting sneak peeks of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Decorations have been up. Some of the shows have come out already, but now it's the official start of the celebration. And this will go until the summer. There's no specific date. The summer of 2026.
Correct.
So year and a half-ish, again, because we've gotten a little bit leading up to it. So I feel like it'll equal to about a year and a half of celebrating, which is always fun. You can see some of this online. I saw some of it. Again, if you were there that day, it was a very special celebration. But let's kind of go through what they did on the official 70th birthday of the park. They celebrated with a special presentation from Bob Iger and Josh D'Amaro. They had a special cavalcade down Main Street that looked awesome.
It was really pretty.
All the characters, they had them all on the train as well, right?
Yeah.
Did I see that right? Right? Some of the
Were they
characters
on the
came in
train?
on the train.
Oh, did they? I only saw cast members like waving.
Okay,
on the
maybe
train.
it was, I don't know. I thought like there were some characters on there.
Yeah.
I may be wrong on that, but a beautiful cavalcade down Main Street to celebrate the birthday and the official opening of Walt Disney, A Magical Life.
Yeah.
This is the show in the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln building. Eventually, it's not right now, eventually it will switch between those two shows. They have retrofitted that stage to have a rotating stage deal, honestly. And so 1 minute it'll be the Walt show, and then the next it can be Mr. Lincoln. No one knows really, I don't think yet officially out of Disney, how that's going to work. If it's going to be like one half of the day's Walt, the second half of the day's Abraham Lincoln, or if it'll be like by day. No one knows yet, but they'll be able to switch it back and forth. As of now, until then, it is all Walt. So it'll be this new show with Walt. I don't want to get spoilery. I don't want to do spoilers, right? And talk about it too much. We've seen little clips of it online. We know some people are trying to stay away from it. I won't spoil anything other than just share that it's gotten a lot of pushback and a lot of flack because of the way the animatronic looks. I've heard no complaints about the movements. It is wildly realistic.
Very impressive.
It is insane. From what we've seen on our phones, we will eventually be there in person to see it, of course, and give our official review.
Yeah.
But from what we've seen, the movements are fantastic. It is by far the most advanced animatronic I've ever seen. But I can understand a little bit of the nitpickiness with the look of Walt and his face specifically. Again, I'm not going to pass too much judgment only because we haven't seen it in person. Maybe, again, devil's advocate with the critics is maybe we weren't supposed to see it as close as a camera can get.
Right.
Also, the angles and stuff, it's, there's a stage show. So you're supposed to see it from a certain angle, from a certain distance. And so I'm assuming it looks a lot better in person. That's what I've been hearing, is that people say you have to see it in person to appreciate it. So I'm not going to be too critical yet. Again, from what I could see on a phone, yeah, it maybe doesn't look exactly like Walt, but I'll wait until I'm there in person.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to see it.
Looks very good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think I missed anything else. Did I miss anything about the official day? I know Bob Iger rang the New York Stock Exchange bell that day. I don't understand how that's really awesome and related to the park's whatever birthday, but so be it. The almighty dollar always wins, and that's what we were able to celebrate. But Disneyland, happy birthday. You look good for being 70 years young. All right, and for our last news story, we are headed over to Walt Disney World, specifically Magic Kingdom, and taking a look at Disney Starlight, the new nighttime parade over there. It had a soft opening on July 18th. The official opening is on July 20th, so the day before this came out. So this comes out on the 21st of July. As we're speaking, actually, the first show is happening tonight. And so anyways, the soft opening, we've seen clips of it. What are your thoughts?
I think it's really, really pretty. It literally looks like Paint the Night and the Electrical Parade had a baby.
It looks so good.
Do you agree?
It makes me very upset that we don't have an existing trip planned. We have to get out there. We do have a trip coming up next year, but I don't think we're hitting up Magic Kingdom because this is a like mini trip before a huge cruise. So you only have so much time. But this makes me want to plan one because it does look really good. You're right. It does look like Paint the Night and was it Electrical Parade?
Yes.
Had a baby.
Yeah.
It's got that old school, like the little, not fiber optic, is that right? Anyways, it looks like the little tiny lights everywhere.
Yeah.
With also the current LED style big screens and stuff. So perfect mix and marriage of both of those things. A little bit of retro, a little bit of new. I think it looks fantastic. We've seen clips of it, like I mentioned, on YouTube. So again, we haven't seen it in person, so can't give a full review yet. But from what we've seen, it looks very good. The sound looked and sounded terrible. I think they're still working on that. I think the sound from the floats were like rattling, and it sounded like a speaker was blown on most of them.
Yeah.
So clearly,
couldn't have been the person that was recording it, or was it? You think so?
No.
It was really weird.
It was weird.
The sound.
So again, I don't know if it sounds like that in person. We saw it on video. It sounded wild.
Yeah.
So I hope they get that fixed in the next couple of days. But the visuals are beautiful. The only thing I noticed, and I may be wrong on this, but it looks like there's less ground performers. So at Paint the Night over here, we have at Disneyland right now, at DCA, it is, there's a ton of ground. No, it's in Disneyland. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Disneyland. A ton of ground performers. So like in addition to the floats, there are people walking with light up things and things to entertain the guests. This one felt a little light on that. Not a critical thing. I'm not being negative about it.
Yeah.
It's just a note. It looks like there's less people walking around and a more focus on the floats.
Yeah.
And
which is more similar to the Electrical Parade because that's more floats. So
yes, and it looks a little smaller. Again, this is from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I may be wrong. It looks a little smaller than Paint the Night.
Yeah.
So
let us know if you're going to be there this upcoming week or in the next few weeks, because we'd love to hear what you think of the new parade.
Yes, looks very good. Let us know your thoughts. All right, that brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is Disneyland rides that are better at night. So, nighttime, in my humble opinion, is the most magical time of day at the parks.
I can definitely agree.
Right?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. The lights down Main Street, you got fireworks going off in the background, you got the smells of Disneyland just travel farther at night. It is pure magic. So, we thought we would go down memory lane, and I say memory lane because we haven't experienced it in quite a while. We have a 20-month-old. So I know as a person that wasn't a parent not too long ago, when I'd hear people be like, I've got a 32-month-old, I'd be like, what is that? What's the math on that? So I say that only because it does. It's like, it varies, right? There's so much change between 1 and 2. Yeah. You got to be more specific.
I always just say 1.5.
So because 1.5.
Yeah.
Nearly 2-year-old.
I know.
So she has a bedtime and we can't be there too late at night. And so the sun's barely setting when we're already making it, our journey back to the hotel room. So we haven't seen it in a couple of years, but I do miss it.
That's so good.
I do love it. And I do remember it fondly because we used to go every month, I feel like, when we were young bucks, childless millennials, just going to the parks like a bunch of crazies.
Yeah.
Staying up late and eating too much popcorn, baby. So not only are the parks more magical, but I would argue some of the rides are enhanced at night. We'll try and explain why for each one, but sometimes you got to admit, it's hard to put a finger on it.
Yeah.
But there's something special about riding certain rides at nighttime. Not to say that, I'll say I listed ones that just stand out to me. If I missed one, let me know.
Yeah.
Let's go through the list.
All right,
let's start over at the original park, Disneyland. Number 1, Jungle Cruise. Again, no particular order, just what came to mind. Jungle Cruise.
Now, this one obviously is amazing during the day, but Caleb and I both feel that Jungle Cruise at night, there's a whole nother layer or element, if you must, of just kind of like, it's kind of eerie and spooky because you literally can't see anything other than where that boat shines the light.
Yeah, you can't see much. And again, the scary factor is what adds a little like, ooh, like this is kind of spooky. You're out there in the water.
Yeah, it kind of makes me feel like I'm literally there. Like I'm out in the jungle. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Like there's probably snakes and spiders and critters everywhere.
Yeah.
And it just gets my imagination going. And I find myself like really loving riding that ride at night because it's just so fun.
It is very fun. And again, that spotlight that they can use adds so much magic because, like you said, everything else is like pitch black. And so you can only see that. So your mind is I wonder what's out there right now.
Yeah. And especially when you hear all the animal noises, you're like,
so
ooh, and you can't see it.
Good.
Yeah. It's great.
I love that ride at night.
And I have to say though, I know we're talking about Disneyland on the West Coast, but East Coast Disney World's version of Jungle Cruise specifically at night, I will to this day say that is the better version of Jungle Cruise. It is just,
it's longer.
amazing.
They've got larger, they got different scenes. They've got the whole cave section and the tiger in there, right? There's a tiger. It's so good. Next up, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
So not going to lie, this is the very first ride. When I think of Disneyland at night, this is the first ride that comes to mind.
Really?
Because it is so much fun at night. It feels like you're going faster. The turns feel more intense. Just again, your little, your brain can't catch up when it's nighttime. You can't see all the details of your surroundings. And so it just feels that much more exhilarating and thrilling.
Yeah. I also love that when you're on this ride at night, you can kind of see around the park because all the lights are on. So
yeah.
you can see into Galaxy's Edge. Now, some people have timed it perfectly where they're able to see fireworks going off when you're on Big Thunder. We have never been lucky enough to do that.
No.
But just like a little thing like that where I'm like, it's just the little things that make it so much better at night. So many new things that you can see.
Yes. Very, very fun. And then next up, we've got Alice in Wonderland. I'm not going to lie, this wasn't going to make the list, but the thing that made it make the list, and Mad Tea Party should be on the list technically because I'm about to mention it, is Mad Tea Party being lit up at night adds so much charm to that area. It makes it feel so much more magical.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the way that those lights that are overhanging Mad Tea Party affect the queue and the ride of Alice in Wonderland because right when you spit out, and come out for the outdoor section.
You see the Matterhorn.
Come on.
And the teacups. It's so pretty. Now, especially during the holiday time when you can see It's a Small World in the distance, all just done
all lit up. So
good.
It's beautiful. A Mad Tea Party should make the list. We just don't go on it because I'm not a huge fan of throwing up in the middle of Disneyland, and that would make me do that. Mm-hmm. So the spinning just gets to me.
I know, it's a bummer.
I'm not a kid anymore. So fantastic ambiance there in Fantasyland. Next up for Disneyland is the Matterhorn bobsleds. This one we have timed for fireworks.
Yes.
And it's probably, I'm not even kidding, the most magical moment I've ever experienced in the parks is riding that ride. And when you're coming out of those tunnels in the mountain, you see the Disneyland fireworks going off. So amazing.
So amazing. And I definitely think that the nighttime aspect of this really adds to the thrill of this ride. Like when you're just looping around everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
It is so confusing and your head's thrashing around because honestly, it's a pretty tough ride.
Yes.
We joke about it all the time that feels like you're getting a chiropractic adjustment on the ride because it is very rough. It's very old. And so you feel it on your body. Mm-hmm. But again, nighttime adds to the I'm so confused and dazed right now that, it's just fun. Okay, next up, you mentioned one that I didn't list on here.
Yes.
But I think it's worth adding.
Casey Jr.'s.
Casey Jr. Circus Train?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is one of those things where, yes, it is a kid ride, but Caleb and I, even without our little one, we used to ride this all the time. It is so incredibly fun to ride it at night. When you talk about just kind of like all the lights that are surrounding Disneyland, specifically in Fantasyland, it is magical going on this train at night. You get to see the carousel lit up, all the Fantasyland rides. There's Dumbo. You're going through like Storybook Land Canal Boats area. Like it's so pretty. And one of my favorite parts of the ride is for Storybook Land Canal Boats. If you're not familiar, there's an archway that the boat goes under. It's all lit up with like little twinkle lights. You get to see that on the train. And it's really, really pretty.
Very pretty. Good addition. I totally forgot about this. And the best thing about it is you get to smell train exhaust the entire way.
It's great.
In the caboose, it gets trapped under and it smells so strong.
Yeah.
But good old gasoline smell didn't hurt anybody.
I know.
All right, let's get over to Disney's California Adventure. I can't remember if it's Disney's or just Disney. I think it's just Disney.
I think it's Disney.
Early on, it was Disney's, like it was him, possessive. Now it's just Disney, California.
Because I always think it makes more sense for it to be Disney's.
I know.
Because it's...
Yeah, like you never say like Caitlin food. It would be Caitlin's food, right? I don't know.
Yes, that was the most random comparison.
Hey, you were enjoying some mac and cheese before this recording.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure everyone cares. Yes, it was Goodles.
Goodles.
So good. Okay, first up for DCA, we have Radiator Springs Racers. And for me personally, I don't know about all of you, when I think of going through Radiator Springs, It is just magical at night. And I know we keep saying that over and over again. We sound like a broken record, but I'd almost prefer walking through the land to get to this ride at night.
Yes, Cars Land at night is some kind of feeling. It is so stinking awesome.
Right?
The neon lights going off. You can hear maters going on, all the music.
Yeah.
It is so special. And you feel like you're going faster on Radiator Springs Racers
At night. Yeah.
Because again, you don't have as much you can't focus on things as well. And so it just feels like you're going faster.
Yeah, I truly, and we've talked about this before, Disney did an amazing job at making you feel like you were straight off of Route 66. And that Disney bubble is just, it's one of the best theming that they've ever done. And when you're on Radiator Springs Racers at night, it truly feels like you are not in Anaheim, like you are somewhere else on a car ride, getting ready to go on a little adventure. And it's just so amazing.
And to add to it, not an attraction, go eat some dinner at Flo's or get a shake for dessert or something. Go sit in the patio area at Flo's VA Cafe and overlook Radiator Springs Racers at night. It is so stinking special. Flo's has a big old neon sign that you can kind of see, it's shining down on that area. It adds so much ambiance. And then you look over to your left or your right, wherever you're sitting, and you see these cars racing by and people screaming and having a good time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll catch Lightning McQueen going down the drag right there, that little stretch of road, and you get to go see him. It's just so good. That land is the best land I've ever been in a Disney park. Pandora probably a close second, but so good.
It's amazing.
So stinking good. Okay, let's head over to number 2, Incredicoaster. So this is fun. Like I mentioned, on these thrill rides, it feels like you're going faster even though you're not, but it just adds a different layer of just thrill. And then also the smells, you can smell so much better because that smell travels much better when it's cool outside. And so when you smell that cookie num scene, you just smell that cookie. It's delicious. And again, it's fun. It's windy, sometimes breezy at night. And so, I don't know, it just adds a different layer.
If you're wanting thrill, go on it at night and sit in the front and you will...
Sit in the front or sit in the back because you're kind of getting whipped around more in the back, so it feels faster.
I just love the front.
In the front because you can see everything better.
It's so awesome.
It's very good.
I feel
that initial launch.
It's just, which our little one loves. We sat there and watched the
15, 20 minutes probably.
She loved it. This is definitely an attraction where I always tell Caleb, I would rather not ride it during the day and save it for at night just because it's just spectacular.
And that line, not going to lie, during the day, if you're going when it's hot outside,
the
line during the day bakes because it's just all concrete. It's bad.
And the fact that you can now ride it during World of Color, which we've never done because they used to shut it down for that. And now that they're not, that is another special element.
You're right. Is it distracting for World of Color viewers, I wonder? I don't think so.
I don't know because I think they dim the lights on the attraction. So, it's probably super dark when you're on that. So, if any of you have done that, let us know. Is it, obviously it's not pitch black, but I think they do dim it.
Dear God, I'm so scared. Good. Number 3, and finally, Grizzly River Run.
Oh my gosh. Talk about scary.
Okay, this ride is straight up. Okay, there's some that are like, okay, I know I'm safe and stuff. This feels unpredictable. I know those rafts are safe. I don't think there's been any reported accidents on this attraction. It feels like there will be because it doesn't feel like a ride vehicle. You're in a raft.
Yeah.
I know it is, and I know that there's some control there.
Right.
But it feels very wild.
Yeah.
It feels like I am river rafting, even though I've never been.
Yeah.
But it's just you're shaking around. The water's doing the work. So it feels legit scary. This is the only ride I've been on that I'm kind of scared right now.
Yeah. And then there's a part throughout this attraction where you're getting ready to go into the grizzly cave, if you must.
Yeah.
You cannot see anything. All you hear is that water thrashing around and you hear the growl.
Yes. And you can see, okay, hold on though. This adds to the feeling of it though. There are a couple lanterns hung up in places and there's just barely any light. So
but you can't see the water.
No.
It's so scary at night.
So
it's
scary.
The best. I highly, highly recommend it. I know some of you are like, I don't like getting wet. I personally, this is my favorite time to ride it.
It's very fun. The only thing I'll say, and a pro of riding it at night, is if you ride it right before you head back to the hotel, even if you do get soaked, it's not a huge deal.
Which is what we used to do.
Yes.
Because it was just...
We'd ride it at night. Sometimes you're spared and you're not very wet at all. You just kind of get sprayed with water. Most of the time, I would say it's a substantial soaking.
I am always the one that walks out soaked.
Yes. Your back is soaked. Your shoes are soaked.
My hair, but it's so fun.
So bring an extra pair of shoes for the next day or dry them off with a hairdryer or else you'll have some damp shoes in the morning.
Yep.
But it's a good time. That honestly brings it, there's not many, am I missing one?
You're missing a major one.
Are you going to say Guardians?
Yes.
Okay, so I contemplated adding it on here. But it doesn't add that much, I don't think.
How?
Because you're just it's mostly interior. And the only thing that you really care about on the outside is when they open up those doors and you see the park.
Yes, I think I'd have to disagree though, because the one thing that makes Guardians so special is when they do open those doors and you just overlook everything at night, all you see is just all the Disney lights everywhere.
Yes, I agree. It's beautiful. But like, is it that much better than daytime? I don't know.
I think so.
Okay.
Because again, when I think of like a thrill ride, I think I'd rather have the thrill at night rather than during the day, because I almost feel like the day kind of takes away from that feeling.
I hear you. But okay, let's make the argument that especially, I would say yes. I think it should make the list for sure, no doubts, when it's Monsters After Dark.
Oh, for sure.
So during Halloween season, if you're not familiar, I think after 3 or 4 p.m.,
3.
They always change the time. Or I feel like they do. They change it over to Monsters After Dark, which is a special edition versus for the Halloween time, which starts in August. So from August through October, you can experience this version of the attraction. It's way scarier. So I will say, if you have little ones, if you're fairly new to California Adventure, the vanilla ride, the normal ride, is pretty good for. I mean, I know the thrill is scary for kids.
It's more funny though.
It's more funny and comedic, and there are some monsters and stuff, but it's way less scary than you'd imagine, I guess.
Yeah.
So for you use your own judgment with your kids. You know your kids better than we do. So use your judgment and see if they want to ride it. I would say there's a big warning for Monsters After Dark. That's legit. Airs on the more scary side.
And
very loud noises.
Very loud, yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. So just a heads up on that. Just be aware when you're going and what version you're getting. September through October. August, just October now.
There's one that you missed though.
What?
Jumpin' Jellyfish.
Shut up. I rode that with my fellow adult friend, a buddy of mine that we have known for years. I've known since I was a kid, 5 years old, I think.
Yeah.
And so we met him at the parks when he lived down there. He lives up near us now in Sacramento, but he lived down there in LA doing all the film stuff and all that good stuff. And so we met up at the parks, and Caitlin honestly was third wheeling with us. So me and my buddy went on a date night, and Caitlin just happened to be there.
Yeah, they're like, we're going to go Jumping Jellyfish. You want to come? And I'm like, I'm not sitting alone. So no.
So me and him rode it with a bunch of kids.
So fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So at night, and it was beautiful, and we had a moment, and it was awesome.
Okay.
And Caitlin sat there and was like,
I was just taking pictures.
But no, it's always a good time. Nighttime at the parks, truly special, truly magical. Can't wait to get there when Maddie is old enough to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And wouldn't be grouchy the next day, because I can guarantee you, it'd be some crank fest in the morning if she stayed up till 10 p.m.
Yeah, even though she would.
She'd love it. She would
She's
love
a
it.
night owl like you are, so.
She would love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. You can find us over on Instagram and Threads at Market House Podcast. Make sure to follow us over there for pictures from the park and exciting news and announcements. Consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Both are a huge, huge help to the show. We have a Patreon. markethousepodcast.com/support is where you can find out more information about that. We would love to welcome you over there. Thank you in advance for checking that out. Remember to use our Getaway Today link for your future trip bookings. Check out the episode details for that link and use code MarketHouse10 to save an additional $10 on your next vacation. Join us next week for another episode. It's been grand. It's been fun. It's been filled with spooky nighttime spectaculars and Caitlin's mac and cheese.
Bye.